Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I just want to share with you a dream I had. I think I had it twice. Um, I asked the Lord more 144,000 information. I asked him if I had missions before I lived. I've heard stories from Sister Shauna saying like she was on missions before because she's 144,000 that she's had missions before. And the Lord revealed it to me that I'm 144,000. So so I asked the Lord, like, was I on missions too? Can you show me if if I have any memory of before we came to Earth, all this stuff. And I had this dream. And then in the beginning of the dream, it showed me, I think it was a rundown, beaten auto shop. And one of my coworkers was trying to live there. He had no place to live and he was poor, broke. So I was trying to help him convert it into a house, like a mini house. And I have the ability to swipe and make things appear. It's one of my powers, I think. I can do that with food. But in this dream, I was doing that to a house. So I was renovating it by swiping my hand over the item. So there was like a huge double door garage doors, giant one room, and then there was supposed to be like an upper loft with like a ladder, but the ladder was broken, and half of the flooring of the upper loft was broken. So I don't have a knowledge of architecture, so I don't know how to build a house. And I was swiping over to renovate it, like the floors, but I didn't know how the foundation went. So every time I would swipe over to fix the floors, because there was some rotten wood on the floors, it would put like a flimsy wooden plank, but with nothing underneath to hold it. So it would like cave in because I didn't know how to build houses. So that was the first part of the dream, that apparently I have the ability to just swipe and make anything appear. I don't know if anyone else had those abilities. The second part of the dream was more answering the question I got. I asked the Lord if I lived before, if I was on missions before. And I had a dream that I used to be a queen, like a really young, like reigning queen in this kingdom. And I had a huge castle. And I don't know if this was in a different world, different dimension. I don't know if this was in the past, if I was 144,000 working in a different era. I don't know. This is all high level stuff, guys. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go to Sister Shauna's channel. Changes coming soon. But anyway, I was a young queen, like 18 to 20, in the castle. I was reigning. Something went wrong. And I think I was like overtaken or killed. My kingdom was stripped from me. I think this in the dream, I was attacked by a warlock that had like sorcery. He has like sorcery, and he used sorcery to attack me in my kingdom. And I think it was ripped from me. And that's all I remember from my past, really, that I was the queen of this kingdom, that I looked over it, and I was a young queen, but a warlock attacked my kingdom, and somehow my kingdom was like, either I was killed, I think I was killed, or something happened to me. And then I lost, like the kingdom went to someone else. And then it fast forward to me in current time. I'm still in the dream. I went from me being an ancient young queen to me being in modern times, seeing that my castle, the ruins of my castle was still in perfect condition. But archaeologists found my castle in the kingdom I used to reign. And they turned it into like a museum of you know how people find like ancient structures and then they go and then they have vendors there now and then they like show exhibits and everything. That's what they turned my castle into. And they turned it, it was next to like an amusement park too, so it was like a whole like thing. And I was so upset that they turned my castle into this like mockery in my, like they were just trampling over it. In my kingdom, they just turned it into some type of like museum. So I was walking through my old castle and no one knew. I guess all the people around me, the modern day people, were just walking around there like tourists. Um, None of them knew that I was the actual queen that lived there before. So I was walking around really upset. There was a ton of vendors in the castle everywhere. It was like a whole like tourist destination in my castle. And I had a bedroom on top of this huge turret or tower, sorry, with a pointed roof. My bedroom is on the top of it, and it had my balcony had like windows with pillars like all around it. It was like in a circle. It was really pretty. But that was my bedroom when I was a queen. They converted all that. And I felt violated in the dream. I felt like my privacy, my life was violated because this is my castle and they were using it as an amusement park. And I saw tables everywhere. It was, like those busy markets where they have tons of vendors everywhere. That is what was in this castle, and they turned it into a museum too. I saw like demonic artifacts, pagan artifacts, like you see like those like pagan god face masks that you can find in Africa. Those are demonic. Stuff like that. I saw those in the castle and I was really enraged that they had those demonic artifacts in my castle. And I was walking around, I was getting more and more upset. And I decided I'm going to take back my kingdom because this is my castle and they're pretty much defiling it. And I was so enraged at what these new modern age people did with my castle. And I had supernatural abilities in this dream. So I started flying in the air in full view of everyone at the amusement park. I think some people were shocked that I just started rising in the air because I could fly. And I was like, I'm about to fight and take back my kingdom. I'm the queen here. What are you guys doing to my house and my kingdom? What do you guys do? You defiled it. You made it a mockery. And I felt completely, I felt like my privacy was invaded. But I was a queen probably hundreds of years before that. And no one, of course, this is modern time. So let's compare it to I was a queen in the medieval time and fast forward it to current age. That's kind of the time difference. So I flew in the air and I was about to fight for my kingdom back. I was about to kick everybody out, lock the doors. I don't know what I was about to do, but I was about to fight for my castle back because I was like, how dare they? They don't even know I'm the queen and they defiled my castle. So I started flying in the air and I think most people didn't notice. Like there was crowds. It was like as packed as Disneyland up in here. And Disneyland is demonic. So that I was just letting you guys know for comparison. Don't go to Disneyland or watch their movies. But anyway, I flew up in the air, really high in the air, and all of a sudden this man across the parking lot rose in the air too. But he didn't have the power of God like I did. Like I have the power of flight for 144,000. So I just rose in the air by the power of God that he gave me. But this guy was wicked. He was a warlock. And I realized by looking at his face, he was the same exact warlock hundreds and hundreds of years ago that came against me and attacked my castle, my kingdom. He's the reason why I don't have that. I didn't have that kingdom. It was like stripped from me or I died because of him, I guess. So I was angry. And he rose up in the air to meet me, to fight me. And he shapeshifted into an owl. Like his body was in the shape of an owl, but his face was still his normal human, whatever face. So he was using the demonic powers to fight me. And I realized that he was threatening me. He was saying that he's going to destroy me like he did like centuries ago. And I realized that he's probably going to kill all these innocent people around me. And I had compassion for them. And I'm like, even though I feel violated and they were mocking my castle, putting my whole life on display, these people are innocent. They don't even know I was the same queen centuries ago. I don't want these people to die. So I became really sorrowful and flew back to the ground and decided not to take back my castle because it was centuries ago. These people don't even know that I was the actual queen here. And I don't want all these people to die. So I decided against it, and I think that warlock just disappeared into the crowd. He wouldn't fight me. That was this crazy dream, guys. I was so upset, and I was still feeling violated that my whole life was put on display. You know, current days archaeologists, when they find kings or queens, they put their entire life display in a museum. You know, all their secrets. That's what I felt like. That's what they were doing to my life. So my whole life, the life I lived before, was on display for everyone to look and oogle at. And I was walking through the hallways of the castle, modern day, and I was very upset. I was very upset that they were mocking me by putting everything on display and putting these demonic, like, marketplaces in my castle. And I remember that when I was still alive and when I was queen, I had a diary, when I was queen, and a secret diary, and I hid it in the depths of the castle. So this castle was huge on top, but underground there was huge layers, like a dungeon, and like a cave underneath and deep in the foundations of the castle. Sorry, those are my cats. Hey, sorry. So there was like a castle deep that I found, I think even lower than the dungeons, when I was exploring the castle one day, centuries ago. So I remembered I hid my diary when I was queen, and I hid a gold necklace with a medallion. It had a coin on it. I think it was the coin of my era. It was a pure gold necklace. I hid it along with the diary in the cave I found. And this cave had a pool of water, and it had a waterfall. So it was like an underground, like, aqueduct almost, if I'm thinking clearly. And it had a small waterfall, and there was a huge cave. And I hid it in there, thinking that no one would find my diary before I died, I guess. And I got excited, and I was like, well, hopefully at least I can find my diary and I can have something of myself. 'Cause they took everything else, of me, of my old life, was violated and taken. I can't even take my castle back, so at least I can have my diary back. So I started running through the castle, well, more like walking deeper and deeper and deeper down, and you can tell you're getting close to an aqueduct because there was water on the ground. It was stone. We were going further down, and I saw these two little girls pass me in maids' uniforms, and I guess they were workers there. And I asked them to direct me. I was trying to find my diary, and they're like, "Oh," they knew exactly what I was talking about, and it should have been a warning to me that my diary was discovered by archaeologists and cave diggers, you know. But they led me into this industrial, like, door. I opened it, and there was a ton of workers everywhere. There was machines, and it entered into the cave. The cave was excavated and turned into like a water treatment facility. This giant cave was. So the cave, half the cave was still its natural cave, and the waterfall was intact, but they had giant, like, water reservoirs and workers with hats, hard hats and everything. And they walked me over across the stone to the waterfall that was still standing, and they pointed to a little niche I had there, and that's exactly where I hid it, by a hidden rock near the waterfall. And I looked, and yeah, lo and behold, my diary wasn't there. It was stolen or taken by archaeologists. And there was a pamphlet of an like a old West pamphlet of them discovering my diary. It probably had, I was flipping through it. It probably had snapshots of what I wrote in my diary, and all this stuff. And my necklace was there, or maybe like a prototype of my necklace. And the medallion was half broken. And I was so, and also on the front of the pamphlet was John Wayne, the Old West writer. And I know he's not an archaeologist, but maybe he is in another dimension. I don't know. I have no idea, guys. But it was like an old pamphlet discovering, like, oh, the Queen's diary was discovered here, a hiding place with this necklace, all this stuff. And I was so upset that the last shred of my life that I lived before was taken from me. I collapsed on the ground and started sobbing that I had nothing left of my old self, and my old life. And that was the end of my dream, and I woke up. It was a very powerful dream. I still don't know what to make of it. I had this dream after I asked the Lord if I was on missions before I came to Earth, if you could tell me, you know, some of the memories. Now, I've had this dream before, too. I think a lot of these dreams I've had before, and they feel very familiar, like it's familiar to me. So I had a dream. I used to be like a medieval queen. I was very young when I started reigning. But something happened to me. I think it was attacked by a warlock or satanic person came against my kingdom. And I think I was either killed young. I think I was killed young as a queen. So I think I was 144 disguised as a queen in the medieval times, maybe. And then it fast forwarded to me in the modern times, seeing the ruins of my castle was made a mockery. It wasn't really ruins because my castle was perfectly intact. There was no crumbling walls or anything. It's like a very beautiful stone castle. But it was completely violated, like a modern day like tomb. If like a modern day archaeologist site, how you would if you found like king's remains and everything, everyone would put it on display, and tourists would come from far and wide to look at it and oogle over the king's mummy and all that stuff. That's what they're doing to me. Of course, not my dead body, my old dead body, but they were oogling everything to do with my life, and I felt so violated in the dream. I was crying and sobbing because there was nothing left of my life before, and I was mourning that, and I was really upset because I was the same queen. Modern day, no one recognized me though, of course, because I don't even think they had portraits of me back then. So they probably didn't know what I fully looked like as a queen. But yeah, that's the dream I got. It was really in depth. So I saw myself having the new ability. I can make anything appear with the swipe of my hand, not including food and other objects to repair things. And then I used to be a queen in the medieval times. So yeah, that was a dream I had. I'm still processing it. So I just wanted to come on here and say that. Yeah. Have a great day, guys, and keep looking up because Jesus is coming back. Bye.